Good morning, Europe, and welcome to this first ever teaching factory competition and one of a kind. I'm very happy to be with you today because this is the first time, and I hope the first one of a very, very long list. So this teaching factory competition launch event is today about the 6 teams that have been selected who have been proposing challenges. So congratulations to you all teams, because this teaching factory competition is a lighthouse initiative of EIT manufacturing education pillar, and we do really expect a lot of success out of it. So the teaching factory paradigm indeed is a key asset for all of us, and especially for EIT manufacturing, who is, of course, funding projects on the topic because we really want to promote this challenge-based approach that we consider important and a key asset to promote and bring new talents to the field of manufacturing in order to solve real problems that our companies are facing every day. This year, green manufacturing is the selected topic, and we want to today present you the 6 challenges proposed by the 6 different companies and the problem solvers who will be answering these challenges today, challenges that correspond to the reality of the field. This is a very important point because we really want to be and go concrete on that. So first of all, congratulations to the team. Thank you all for being with us today. We really hope you are going to enjoy this morning with us as we did. And before we start, I would like to welcome our CEO, Klaus Bitt, who is with us today and who will be opening and introducing this competition event launch. Thank you very much for your attention. Hello, Klaus, good morning and welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, good morning, everybody, and also a very warm welcome from my side to our first Teaching Factory competition and to the launch event of our first Teaching Factory competition. So first of all, congratulations to all the selected challenge owners from industry and to the solver teams from the academia. The Teaching Factory paradigm, as Karima already mentioned, is not only a key asset for the education pillar, it's a key asset for the EIT manufacturing as a whole, because we want, according to our mission, bring together the various stakeholders we have in the manufacturing domain. And this is our task as an innovation community to stimulate this collaboration. You know, when I joined the corporate technology of Siemens more than 20 years ago, our headline was, "The lab is our world." Now the headline is, "The world is our lab." So we all have to open up, the industry, the academia, all players have to collaborate, to innovate, to really tackle the challenges ahead of us. And these are mostly the transformation still towards the digital economy, towards the circular economy, and towards the decarbonization of industry. And I'm happy that the last 2 topics are addressed in this year's green manufacturing as the main topic for the Teaching Factory competition. This challenge-based learning is really a powerful tool to bring together academia and industry, and especially to learn the students very early in their studying, not only to tackle real industrial challenges, so bring the classroom to the factory and the factory to the classroom, but also to solve these challenges in a team, because this is very important in the future, to work together in interdisciplinary teams to solve the challenges that comes with the digitalization and with going for a more green and sustainable manufacturing all over in Europe. Making Europe a role model for green manufacturing has not only an environmental impact, it has also an economical impact. because selling green technologies all around the world for production, for manufacturing, will increase Europe's competitiveness significantly. And also, for instance, the circular economy has not only an environmental aspect, it has also an economical aspect, and especially an effect also on the resilience of Europe. If you look at the battery production, most of the materials, lithium, cobalt, manganese, graphite, you call it, we need, are very rare in Europe or almost not available. So to get independent from other parts of the world where we have export these raw materials, recycling is a must to get at least to some extent independent as Europe from this materials. So congratulations again for the selected organization, the academic institution, and all the best. And as Karima said, this is a new methodology, a new learning methodology. We want to promote them. And how to promote them best is our successful projects we can then use as a role model for the future. So I'm really looking forward to the award ceremony the end of this year, where we will see the results from these challenges done by the student teams. So I wish you a good luck for the launch event and all the best for solving in the implementation phase for solving these challenges. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Klaus, indeed. But just before you leave, please, let me ask you a little bit of questions, because I think it's very important for us today to insist on this topic that seems to be at the center of our concern as EIT Manufacturing, the challenge-based learning approach. I think this is a key word today, because that's what we want to focus on. Can you give me a little bit of your opinion on that beyond what you just said to us? Do you think this is necessary today to foster this business-academia collaboration?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is very, very important, as I already said, to very early in their studying to involve the students in real problems. What we see currently in the people we need in our factories is really a shift from the physical strength, from the muscle power to the brain power. You know, in the past, we had a lot of people, or still have, that doing stupid routine jobs based on physical strength and muscle power, carrying around boxes. This will be done more and more by automated vehicles, by robots, automated production lines. So what we need are people that are able to manage, to program, to supervise, to monitor all these automated vehicles, robots, and automated equipments we will have in our factories of the future. So therefore, it is very important that the students get very early in their studying involved in this overall process. And as I mentioned already in the beginning, it is also very important to work in integrated teams. And this, I hope, the student teams also will learn the social competence that is necessary to work effectively in a team with people with different knowledge, with different cultural background, with different experiences, with different personalities.
All right, so indeed the world is changing and our focus should be more on how to be smarter. So concerning the green manufacturing, that is the topic of today, and the challenges that we have selected, do you think this is a necessity also today for our companies to focus on for the future?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we as a European organization, we fully support the Green Deal, the ambitious goal of the European Commission that Europe becomes a carbon-free continent in 2050. And the industry, the manufacturing, the production industry can and has to contribute a lot in reaching this goal. And this is also not only an environmental, but also an economical aspect, to be also in the future after Industry 4.0, in Industry 5.0, in Industry 6.0, Europe should be the leading continent when it comes to manufacturing innovation. This is our vision as EIT Manufacturing, as an innovation community dedicated to manufacturing and production.
Great, thank you. So a smarter and a greener world. I hope everybody hears you today. Thank you very much, Klaus, for being with us. We hope you enjoy the rest of the day and see you very soon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a pleasure and all the best.
Thank you. Without waiting any further, I will now welcome our next speaker, Mrs. Paola Fantini, EIT Manufacturing Education Director. Good morning, Paola. Good morning, Paola.
Good morning, Karima. Good morning, all participants, and welcome to this Teaching Factory competition kickoff meeting. From my side, I would like to join also to the congratulations of my colleagues to the selected teams and selected challenges. I would like today to give you some words, some insight about this teaching factory paradigm. As it has been mentioned, there are some things that you might not know about the origin and how this have been developed so far in our community. So let me. I cannot, okay, just 1 second. No, okay.
Thank you.
So, I'm Paola Fantini, as was already said, and here is the origin of this concept. Why medicine students can practice with real patients in hospitals and engineering students cannot do the same. This was the thought of, let's say, the creator of this concept, Professor Chrysoulouris, of the Laboratory of Manufacturing Systems and Automation in Patras University. He thought that engineering students should as well find a way to collaborate with factories in order to practice, put in practice their theories, the knowledge that they are acquiring while studying. So he thought that, of course, factories are not always available closer to universities. And that's why there was this solution of creating a web connection between the factory shop floor with the people that are working there, the engineers, the operators, and the students with the classrooms. The idea would be to have benefits on both sides. Companies providing problems at the beginning were mostly thought in terms of problems, like balancing an assembly line, finding the best layout, finding the good size for a buffer, for example, the optimization and this kind of problems. And on the other side, the students supported by their teachers with the most updated knowledge and theories, and the chance to apply it to concrete and updated problems coming from reality. So this was the paradigm and was demonstrated to be quite successful, enlarged the possibility of students to work on different types of problems independently from the geographical location. This is very important. And the same for factories, for companies, to have access to students from different universities and different disciplines. What have we done so far in AT manufacturing? We have supported this paradigm very much. We have supported projects, but we have also, together with the members and the foundation, the founders of this concept, we have worked together to develop it further. Through the creation of network of teaching factories, the development of shared methods that have been standardized to create a real methodology to do that, and pushing more towards a challenge-based rather than problem-based learning. So going towards problems that were not always defined in terms of just application of theories, but rather to give more space to creativity and innovation, as it is in our DNA of innovation community. And we have also configured a platform, Agora, this is the social network or innovation, open innovation platform of AT Manufacturing, which has been specifically configured in order to support these teaching factory projects and the challenges and the interaction between the companies and the students. And finally, we have extended from academy to VAT schools, because we think that there is also a lot of potential in this type of education institutes to contribute to the future of manufacturing, to contribute to the current challenges in manufacturing. And so, as I said, this idea of expanding towards more challenge-based learning, that means also co-creation, in which the collaboration between teams, amongst teams and their professors, together with the people in the organization, is very, very much pushed forward. I would like also to highlight something about this challenge-based learning, because there are different instruments, and maybe it's important to reflect together a little bit of what is specific of teaching factoring compared with other models. So here of course, it's a simplification. But we can see that along the vertical axis, there are situations or approaches that involve more high teamwork, exposure to diversity, to teams, the use of creativity, skills, and other that are less involving teamwork, that are more individual based on individual activities. On the horizontal axis, we can see a range between low support from the academia, so the students being more by themselves in the companies, and with a shorter time frame, while on the right we have a long time frame. So, for example, if we compare hackathons or startup competition, here we have also challenges. We have the use of creativity, teamwork, etc. But you see the time is different and the support is different. With hackathon and startup competition, there is a low support from academia, from schools, while for teaching factories, the support is stronger and for a longer time. Same if we compare teaching factoring with the thesis or internship, again, we have a more intense teamwork, and where teams implies or involve not only the students and the professors, but also teams of the companies with this co-creation mechanism. So we think that indeed the teaching factory is in a niche where and meets some needs that are not satisfied by other approaches. And we will see today and in the next weeks how this model applies. And we're all looking forward the successful finalization of this competition. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Paola. Thank you for this short but a very insightful presentation. Just before you leave, maybe a quick question for our audience. So what I understand here is that this experience of teaching factory and having the engineers inside the factory is very important. Can you share with us a little bit of your experience with the education pillar and the projects that have been funded from last year, for example? What was your impression on that and your feeling?
Yes, sure. We supported several projects under the education pillar, but also with the risk scheme, which means supporting countries that are low or moderate innovators. And we had several challenges that were solved by the students, like, for example, creating instructions for the operators in case of complex assembly and wide variety of product mix. There was satisfaction from the factories and from the students and the universities. But of course, as I said, we are wishing to expand and propagate this model much further within our community and outside this community, because we think it deserves it and it's very, very beneficial.
Sure, yes, indeed. The idea is that, of course, this activity and approach is more and more used and practiced by our community. So in your opinion, Paola, what would be the main impact if this educational methodology was more used and more promoted by the academic organizations and the companies together?
Well, yes, I think the impact might be huge. Not only in terms of finding solutions for the challenges or the hot, let's say, problem or challenges of the companies, but to strengthen the collaboration and the alignment between higher education and vocational education and industry. That might lead to, better align the curricula and the activity of the students to also be the first step towards internship or early access to talents for the companies. So this could be an entry point to strengthen the collaboration and have a workforce, future workforce that is more proactive and aligned with the needs of the industry, the future needs, the current and future needs.
I understand. So to make it short, it could change the face of Europe in manufacturing.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Thank you very much, Paola. I will have to end this interesting conversation now, even though, of course, I would be glad to continue it some other day, because I will have to now welcome our first panelist of the day. So thank you, Paola, for being with us. Talk to you very soon. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and we will meet you later also at the end. So now, without waiting any further, I would like to welcome the first panel of the day with the three representatives of our partner companies from Arneplant, Protosfera, and GE Avio. Welcome back, everyone, to this first panel of the day with the teaching factory paradigm and the opportunities for the industry. And today with us, I have the pleasure to welcome Marta Calvo Marco Horvatek and Massimo Silvestrin, who will be with us to share their experience on this Teaching Factory challenge and what has been, I would say, the motivation behind it. So first of all, I would like to ask a first question to our companies with us today. So hello and welcome.
Hello. Hello.
Great. So everybody's on air, everybody's here. Good morning, everyone. Maybe I can start with a first question to anyone who would like to answer. Why apply for the Teaching Factory competition? Please share with us your motivation.
I talk on behalf of GE Avio. So we have a consolidated experience in collaboration with University Research and Development Center and a different organization, both for research and development, but also for education, since the competencies and knowledge we need and we are the key factor of our success, need to come from a sharing of experience and teaching from the company and also from the university and the organization. So we saw this as a further opportunity to improve this network. Also because the subject matter of the competition is, according to our analysis, a weak point for us. So we hope that this collaboration will allow us to better meet our goals, to share information and also to teach something from the fields, let me say, and from the company to those who are now studying and maybe tomorrow we will be our colleague.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much, Massimo. Marta, would you like to express your feeling on that? I see that you would like to share something with us.
Okay, good morning from Spain. Thank you very much to participate in this event. For us, it's really very important, and our experience working with universities and vocational training school has been very interesting until the moment, and we saw this opportunity. So that could be an interesting area to explore and sharing our knowledge about our manufacturers in Seoul. Also internationalize our experience with young talents.
Great. Marco.
Yes, we would like to also mention that our good collaboration with local universities in Zagreb. So we want to explore it further. And another thing why we applied is because when we were, as we are young, when we were students several years ago, we saw there is not enough connection between the educational research institutions and private sector, private companies. And we want now, when we're in position to turn things around, we want to take the effort and try to bring these two fields together, educational and private companies. And we believe it's beneficial not only for students, but also for us, for private companies, because we get new ideas, new perspectives, and not only students, we also can learn a lot from this experience.
All right, thank you very much. So I heard a lot of interesting keywords here: collaboration, reality of the ground. We want more experience, and we want to get closer to the students at university. So thank you for this introduction, because it takes me to the second question. What do you expect from this cooperation? Do you have some concrete expectations? Anyone who wants to start, just feel free. Ladies first, I would say.
Okay, I start. In our case, we want to find out these sort of things can provide us new ideas to try to improve in our process in Souls. We can embrace a 100 circular economy approach. We want to see if your talents bring us new inspirations, new ideas to make a better planet. At the same time, prepare our company ready to the future, to the green manufacturing future.
Right. Any additional comments, Marco or Massimo? Would you like to comment?
Yes. So we are currently exploring this new additive manufacturing technology that 3D printing is everywhere these days. And the thing is, it's less known that it has high failure ratio when you use some advanced materials. And it's a great waste, not only in material, but also in energy and human resources. So this we want to ask students to join us on this journey in exploring the ways to manage this whole production and to lower the decrease the ratio of failed parts. And we see the great opportunity, and because this waste can be reduced by more than 10 times. So it's very exciting new field that we can enter in, and students can join us in this exploration.
Thank you. Massimo, I think you would like to express something on this point.
Yes, of course. Product and processes environmental impact is a key factor of success for our industry. The reduction of this is more and more demanding in order to continue to grow. We have a huge tradition in designing the product, so we are strong in this, while, as I said before, we have a little bit weak in process environmental impact. So we hope and we expect that the collaboration with the Solving team will provide us a new methodology, new idea, fresh eyes in a field where we have to grow and to improve our capacity and ability to acquire new equipment, since we have to invest a lot of money for new products. So we hope that this collaboration will bring us to improve our performances, to have more clear idea about the performance of new machine we have to introduce in the process. And having done this, we could look at the machine just we have in order to understand which is the best performances they have to achieve. So a lot of expectation from this, from our side.
Yes, I can sense a lot of excitement too about bringing fresh, new, young brains to your already running companies that could open up on new and fresh ideas. So I suppose the topic of green manufacturing is also a priority for you. And as a company, can you give us your point of view on why green manufacturing now is unavoidable?
In our case, we are manufacturing shoes, footwear. For us, companies who don't work in the future about don't go greener, in our case, won't survive in a midterm. For us, it's really very important. It's important to our community and to the future of our generation in general. And it's crucially important to think new ways to reduce our carbon footprint, to try to introduce new methodologies like eco-design, at the same time respect our goods and our suppliers and new services in the market.
Thank you. That's clear. So who wants to go next? Maybe Massimo, you want to comment on that?
Yes. So being a company of success has many factors. The main one as of today is that the energetical costs are increasing day by day. And I think we all are experiencing on our private life and in a company life that energy will cost more and more because of what's happening in the world and because of the pandemic we had. On the other hand, the environmental law in each country are more and more demanding in terms of pollution, emission, impact on the environment that any company has to face. On the last slide, the ethical behavior of each company lead to have goals to reduce the impact for the world, for the earth where we have to live for many, many years. So we set up goals for which by 2030 we have to reach the carbon neutrality of our own facility. So the green manufacturing, according to us, is the right answer to all those challenges. And this is a must to survive, let me say. So we have to face, because it's ethical, because it's cost effective for the business, to run green manufacturing processes and to reduce the impact on the environment surrounding us.
All right, thank you very much. Marco, a final word on green manufacturing and its importance for your company.
Yes, thank you. Protosfera is a prototyping business, and polymer materials are very important in this area. And we feel our responsibility to research green base in order to handle these materials all the way from production to during exploitation, all the way to disposal and recycling. And we can see in our everyday lives that we are shifting, for example, from petrol to electric cars. But these electric cars are no good if their prototyping and production creates huge amount of waste. So in order to create the sustainable future, it's not enough to just use products that's energy efficient and recyclable. We also have responsibility to manufacture these products as environmentally friendly as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. This is indeed, I would say, very meaningful, because I heard some very important words. It's a matter of survival, it's a matter of ethical behavior, it's a matter of responsibility too. So thank you for bringing these nice words and ideas to the world today. Before closing this first panel session, I would like to give the floor to our Education Director, Paola Fantini. So Paola, hello, welcome back. A question for you, if I might, please. In your opinion, what would be the benefits of this paradigm for the companies that we just heard express themselves on combining the teaching factories and the company's challenges?
Well, I have to say that most of the benefits have already been mentioned by the companies themselves. So, of course, having innovative out-of-the-box solutions or proposals from young and fresh and non-conditioned mind, this is something that, of course, is a great benefit. Then solution in line with the most updated theories and technologies, but maybe something that has not been mentioned explicitly from also different disciplines, because, for example, the waste issue depends on on the processes, of the selection of the equipment, machines, etc., but sometimes also on human behavior. So sometimes the people on the shop floor might do the right or the wrong thing in separating and selecting the wastes of the materials in order to be recycled, etc. So different, or so human behavior or the monitoring systems, the type of accounting and KPI. There are different layers and different disciplines that can together contribute to the challenges. So I think this is one of the advantages. And as already mentioned by Marco, in other words, but early access to talents, meaning that by working together, companies have the possibility, the opportunity to evaluate these talents and see whether someone among them, from a cultural point of view, from the type of personality and preparation, of course, can fit to the organization and tomorrow become a colleague.
Right, thank you very much. So talents, indeed. And in your opinion, what would be the skills that the students would need to develop for the future in the manufacturing industry? Do you have specific recommendations or a particular vision of that?
Well, there are a lot of reports and discussion on this. I would not like to add to the list. Just maybe mentioning that, for example, in our 80 labeled master and PhD programs, we we associate very strong technical skills, engineering skills, research skills with innovation and entrepreneurship skills, which for us involve all the type of transferable skills, but especially this mindset about analyzing the needs, analyzing the objective, the stakeholders, and creating new products, new processes, new business models. So entrepreneurship for us is not only setting up a startup, but it's also, while working within a company, try to bring new ideas and new solutions for the business and for the sustainability, which is at the heart of our values.
All right, thank you very much. So this is very coherent from the start, and I am very happy to hear all that, because the world is changing indeed, and now it's not a matter of competencies only, which is important, of course, but it's also a matter of mindset. So the mindset is evolving, and we are trying to provide the right tools for that. I would like to thank you all for this first very interesting panel on the Teaching Factories paradigm and opportunities for the industry. So Marta, Paola, Massimo, Marco, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day with us. And without waiting any further, we can now move to the second panel for more insightful content. Welcome back for this second panel on the Teaching Factories paradigm and the opportunities for the industry. And now with us, I would like to welcome my colleague, Carolina Teregrosa Gallo, from the Education Pillar Program Manager, but also with us, Alisa Zaccaria from Intelimec, Fabio Galattiotto from IS Cleaner, and Florian Bock from Procter & Gamble. Welcome to all of you, and thank you for being with us today.
Good morning, Karina.
Good morning.
Hello, together.
One.
Hello. Okay, microphone testing is working. So welcome for this second panel on the topic. I have a few questions for you, if you don't mind. So first of all, to our company representatives, can you quickly, each of you, tell us why have you been deciding to contribute to the Teaching Factories competition, and what would you expect from it? Who would like to start? I would give the floor to Alisa, please, because that's the rule today. Ladies first.
Yes, thank you. We as Intelimec, we are a consortium of enterprises, and our aim is to fill the gap between universities, between academic research and industries. So this kind of modality of research modality is exactly what we are pursuing in our main objective. And this year in particular, the companies we are working with, which are about 43 high-tech enterprises, have all highlighted the topics of green manufacturing, circular economy, and sustainability as the main topic of interest for the following years. So this kind of research is exactly what we were searching for.
Great, thank you. And what do you expect exactly out of it? Do you have a clear expectations in terms of results?
Well, since we are very focused on the enterprises' needs, besides all the advantages which were mentioned and in the previous section, I think that the cost is a very critical issue for us. Indeed, also the raw material shortage is becoming, one of the main issues for companies. And so circular economy and waste reduction is what we are searching for.
Interesting and indeed very important. Florent or Fabio, would you like to express yourself? This is very interesting because we have very different companies on very different topics who are working on different fields, and it's very interesting to see that all of you have a concern with this concept and paradigm, with also green manufacturing, and we'll come to that afterwards. Fabio or Florian, who would like to go first on telling us why are you here today and what's the expectation?
Well, I can be the second one, if you like. Hello, everyone. I'm representing East Clean Air. We are a small company, but we focus on air purification. And we have done quite a lot of road so far, but we have seen recently some challenges, especially in moving into a market that is more indoor and for specific private and public spaces. And the main reason that given us the motivation for applying for the Teaching Factory are basically as we restart after the pandemic and economic restart, we see that there is a need for penetration of our product in new markets that are growing. And sometimes small SMEs like ours struggling to identify and acquire specific and in time expertise and insight that are needed for specific niche challenges. And sometimes they are not associated with core business, so it's complicated to move along these challenges alone. And we recognize that collaborating with, as a second point, new research organization, they can propose and inspire us, as well as the work we do can inspire the new generations as we develop stronger partnership.
Wow, this is beautiful.
In terms of expectation, I believe, the second question was, first of all, we expect, as probably has been mentioned in the previous interventions, a sort of breadth of new perspective and thinking coming from the younger generations, which are also supported by knowledgeable academics. So it's a very nice combination of fresh thinking, but also very experienced professors that can give different perspective to our own sort of problem and challenges without sometimes the bias of commercial mindset, which sometimes makes it difficult to think about outside the box. And also we expect to learn ourselves since students have been exposed to new approaches and methods during their studies. And for that, we are confident they will be able to propose some interesting solutions to our challenge.
All right, thank you. Very inspiring indeed. Florian,
yes.
Would you like to share with us your expectations and motivations?
Mm-hmm. Yes, would be nice. So we think it could be a great opportunity to strengthen our journey to be a more sustainable manufacturing site, to join the IT manufacturing challenge. On one hand, we will get input from a more academic perspective, and on the other hand, we can help future generations to get or to learn more about the real life challenges of the industry. So in the end, we think that we and also a lot of other companies will profit from the process that is being made by the members of the solving teams. So yes. And what we expect creative inspiration and also content that could be possibly help us through our tool set to setting up our manufacturing environment to be more sustainable. So additionally, we could imagine that we will learn a lot from the new perspectives of the solving teams. And further, we are curious to work with some passionate students and who knows, one or the other potential future colleagues of us.
All right, thank you very much, Florian. Indeed, I would have a lot to comment on these different panels that are with us today. So thank you for your insights and sharing with us, because as said before, indeed, we have a very different profile of companies, so very different needs. But in the end, we can see that the Teaching Factory's paradigm is answering in a way or another to something you are all looking for and that we do all want, of course. So now I would like to ask a question to our education program manager, Carolina. Hello, good morning and welcome. Thank you for being with us. This teaching factory competition, I think, is very specific and relevant to what you do and what is at the heart of your everyday work. And maybe I can quote the knowledge triangle, if that rings a bell to you. Could you please tell us a little bit, how do you see this concept being relevant to answer this knowledge triangle?
Okay, hello, Karima, and thank you all for being here. I would like to welcome all the participants today. Well, the knowledge triangle integration concept is extremely important on the teaching factories because indeed the knowledge triangle is integrating the industry with the education and business creation aspects. So what about thinking on an industrial challenge that can actually integrate both of these things through the knowledge transfer going from the academia to the industry and back and forward? And of course, we cannot miss the part of business creation because, as Paula was mentioning, it's not only about creating new businesses, but it's also about the mindset and an entrepreneurial mindset. So giving the opportunity to students to work on real life issues and real life challenges puts on them entrepreneurial mindset this since a really early stage, and also give the opportunity to them to interact with the industry, exchanging knowledge. So yeah, I think it's completely relevant, and it's at the base of the teaching factory paradigm.
Okay, I haven't finished with you. Just stay with me a minute, please. Let's talk about vocational training now. How do you see the role of vocational training in the industry, and how the teaching factory can contribute to that in the next future?
Well, for me, vocational training is of extreme importance on the industry. Why? Because we are always speaking about the future of work. We are concentrating on the future of manufacturing and the future of the managers, the executives, and the engineers. And sometimes we forget about the future of the technicians and operators. And vocational training is giving us the opportunity to prepare those persons that are at the factory level that needs to be trained, that needs to be prepared for the future, because we need to give them new skills to deal with the digitalization, the green transitions, and it's really important for them. And the teaching factory paradigm is giving us the opportunity to give them a sense of what's happening in real life. So sometimes education is separated from the actual industry. So giving them the opportunity to work on real life problems and challenges is giving them the key skills, competences, but also, as you were saying before, Karima, the mindset for being prepared to joining the industry in a very complex environment that we are living right now, because we are seeing several transitions, and allows us to prepare the operators of the future, not just focus on the engineers, but also on the very most needed on the manufacturing industry, who are the operators.
All right, thank you very much. So the more I hear, the more it seems that teaching factories paradigm is a cornerstone for our future of education. Just before we close this panel, I have a challenge for you. Yes, I do have one for you today. So keywords, just 2 or 3 words maximum, why green manufacturing is a priority for your company. You have 3 seconds. Who starts?
Well, I can start as first. I will say cost reduction, waste reduction, and new supply chain, maybe establishment.
Okay, cost reduction, waste reduction, supply chain. Florian, Fabio, any keywords to share with us?
Yes. Limited resource availability, and also higher prices for resources, and yeah.
So limited resources, can you repeat that? We did not hear you very well.
Okay, yes, so the resources are very limited, especially the fossil fuels. So I think it's totally required to shift from fossil fuels to renewable resources through electrification and more efficient processes, and also to reduce the water efficient to improve the water efficiency, sorry, and also reduce the greenhouse gas reduction. So yes, it's in the interest and also in the responsibility of us all to keep together. Yeah.
Great, thank you. So resources, mainly reduce consumption of natural resources. Fabio?
Well, for me, since we actually help making greener manufacturing environment with our technology, I think I can maybe focus on better and healthier work environments, which overall reduce the costs for employer, manufacturing plants, but also the social and economic costs for the new generations.
Indeed, so global concern, I would say. So thank you very much to all of you. This is very insightful. Carolina, maybe you want to add something on this topic, green manufacturing. A few keywords from you.
Well, I will say the very subsistence of the future generations. If we don't become greener, we don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, I will say that we need this for subsisting in the next years.
All right, thank you very much. So this is a matter of survival, just like we heard this morning, beyond the pragmatic aspect of it in terms of prices, supply chains, resources. It's also a matter of global concern in the future of our planet and our societies. Any final word from you, Paola? I still have a minute if you want.
Yes, no, I was really excited to listen to the companies and their interest and keywords. And yeah, I agree with what was said, and looking forward to see how to see this in practice, to see the teams working with the companies. I would like maybe to highlight from the student perspective, since we are in a panel of companies, I want to bring a little bit more on the perspective of the students. I think this paradigm allowed them also to develop some not only problem solving, but problem setting issue, because I expect that the challenges brought by the companies might involve maybe several objectives, maybe some trade-off between the objectives, maybe different stakeholders. So I believe this could be for the students an arena to develop skills of problem setting, and also dealing with maybe some ambiguity of that the real issues implies differently from the training exercise that the professor suggests. Real environment with real stakeholders and challenges bring in all the complexity, the ambiguity of real life. And I think future manufacturers should be able to live with this uncertainty and should be able to shape anyway the problem, set the objectives, deal with the stakeholders of the companies, try to agree on the representation of the problem, and then provide the solutions. That's, I think, very important for the students, that they also agree on the success. What are the success criteria for a solution that is brought, how this will be evaluated by the companies? These are all things that maybe are not explicitly mentioned at the beginning, and the students will have to make their way through this experience in order to develop the skills and be able to really support the companies.
All right. Thank you very much, Paola, for this conclusion on this second panel. I would like to thank you all, Alisa, Florian, Fabio, Carolina, and Paola. Thank you very much for your participation. And I think that now we have the global idea. Teaching factory paradigm is essential. How could we live without it up to now? So before we go for a short break in a few minutes, I would like to welcome now our next speaker and the man behind all this and behind the scene, Mr. Javier Gonzalez from EIT Manufacturing, in charge of education development. Hello, Javier, and welcome. Javier, welcome, and
Hi,
thank you for
Karima.
being with us. So, in a nutshell, what is the Teaching Factory competition on green manufacturing? Because I think you are behind all this today.
Hi, Karima. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this launch event of the Teaching Factories competition. Of course, so I'm especially working on this activity, but this is a teamwork. So this is a great team behind all this initiative, and I also want to take this opportunity to thank to all the team that is making this possible. For internal initiative manufacturing companies applying and universities and BEAD centers that are interested in this, and of course to all of you attending this great event that we organized today. I would like to give you some flashes about the Teaching Factories, why we started this initiative and why it's this important for the manufacturing community in Europe. And for that, I will share with you some slides in which I will try to explain everything about this, and to give you a little overview about why we started with this and how it will work in the next coming days. Okay, just before starting, I introduce a little bit myself. I am education developer in the CLC West from EIT Manufacturing, located in San Sebastian, and today it's for me a pleasure to explain you what are the key points of the Teaching Factories competition 2022 on green manufacturing. Okay, as mentioned before, and during all the initial presentations, this is a lighthouse initiative for EIT Manufacturing. Okay, the education pillar is working a lot on the Teaching Factories competition, and for 2022 it's a lighthouse initiative that we want to launch and to start working with companies and the academic institutions on promoting the use of this educational methodology that we have heard that there is a lot of potential, there is a lot of interest coming from an industry on using that for solving real challenges on the manufacturing arena, and also to give the visibility to this way of collaboration between business and academia with this challenge-based learning methodology that is really working and that is really great, as has been mentioned in the previous panels. Let's focus now on the academic definition of the Teaching Factories. So what are the Teaching Factories? I have highlighted here some keywords that could give us the value about what is this about, what are the main ingredients within the Teaching Factories. So this is coming from an academic paper by Renzos et al. From 2015, in which you will see that there's a two-way street. So with factory practitioners, students, the classroom, doing everything via internet with regular sessions and continuous interaction. So these keywords that you have here are the main ingredients of the Teaching Factories. So we have factory, we have the industry, we have the students, we have internet as a way of communication between the factories and the students, and we do it with a regular follow-up, regular sessions of interaction, and it just continues between the different actors participating on this initiative. And this is what we will do in this Teaching Factories competition, to put those groups from industry and solver teams together for working on solving those challenges, right? And what is a key for this year, 2022, is that we wanted to look for green manufacturing challenges. Klaus has mentioned before that the green manufacturing is on the core of our plans, on the core of EIT manufacturing activities. We support the Green Deal. That's absolutely necessary for the future of the manufacturing in Europe. And we wanted to have those green manufacturing challenges related to those topics that you see there, which are in our strategic agenda, in order to select some of them to be solved by the solver teams that participated in these initiatives. So this is the key topic for 2022, and we are going to work on that. And for this, for solving this, so we needed the challenges coming from the industrial companies, and we are expecting solutions coming from universities and vocational education and training schools. Okay, that's what we are going to do in the initiative. Just focusing on each one of the groups, right? So industrial companies that applied here. So it was an open call, which was open for, and not only for EIT manufacturing members, but for all the manufacturing companies in Europe. On these green manufacturing thematic, and we selected finally 6 challenges for the competition this year. These industrial companies will provide mentoring to the students. This is a great added value that this initiative has, because the students will have the real view from what's happening in the industry. And for those companies providing those challenges, we will give them a financial support of 15K for each one of the selected challenges in order to prepare in a very great way. And this is also relevant that we also provide visibility to those companies providing those challenges through the EITM network, right? So this is also an asset that those companies participating will also have. And if we focus now on the Solver team, so the same happened. There was another open call for those academic institutions, universities and vocational education and training schools. Also members from EIT manufacturing and non-members from manufacturing were welcome. And we finally selected 14 Solver teams, each Solver teams with 5 members, right? Coming from 10 different academic institutions, okay? Those teams will work, I will explain it afterwards, how will this be done, but will work, and so analyzing the challenge, providing the solutions, and giving the companies a set of final results package with some of the deliverables, some prototypes, some minimum viable products. It will depend on the type of the challenge. And these groups of students will also have to present those results in front of the companies and in front of the juries for the selection of the best performing ones, right? And for this, there will be prizes for these groups of students, for the best performing teams, that will be given in different sessions during the Teaching Factories competition implementation phase. Of course, these groups of students, these academic institutions, will also have an increased visibility thanks to all the EIT manufacturing network events and actions that we will carry on. Just going to the re-implementation of this initiative, how this initiative will be implemented in the next coming weeks. So first of all, we need to ensure that the intellectual protection and the confidentiality issues are already met by all the participants here, and that's why we are signing some NDA agreements with companies and Solver teams, so that we ensure that all confidentiality issues are covered. This is really important, because this means that the activities that we are doing are related to the real life of the companies. So this is also things that companies are doing in real time, which are part of their business, and we also need to ensure and to protect any potential results or share of data or anything developed within the initiative is protected and confidential, which gives more security and more safety for everyone in this competition. And then, so once everything is ready, initial meetings will take place with the Solver teams and the challenge owners of the companies proposing the challenges, for starting explaining the challenges in more detail and for start organizing the process of challenge solving. This process will be online and will be done through our open innovation platform that we have developed within EIT Manufacturing, which is Agora, that my colleague Carolina will explain after the presentation of the challenges with some details, and we will use this platform for the interaction between the Solver teams and the companies. This implementation phase will take place in around 8 weeks, more or less 2 months, from the beginning of May until the end of June, where the Solver teams and companies will interact together to get the challenge solved, and also to propose the solutions to the challenge proposed. And companies will also provide mentoring, and the academic teachers will also support the teams on delivering all these activities. There will be a follow-up and a review of the progress, so a midterm review, to ensure that everything is going well and everything's going on track, and just to provide this support to the solver teams so that everything is clear to them and the results are better as possible. As part of this initiative, there will be also some training for doing effective presentations to the results. And this is why, because soft skills are also key for the manufacturers of the future, right? So this is a key point that we also want to promote within this initiative, so that we will also provide some training for the teams in order to do effective presentations of their results, because they will need to pitch their results in front of a jury, in front of the companies, to be selected as the best performing team. So, and we would want also to contribute on that and to give them a training on that front. Then, after the summer break, there will be some pitching sessions in which the teams will present the results that they have achieved to the companies and to a jury, which will select the best performing ones to go for the final event and award ceremony that we will organize in the last part of the year, hopefully linking that with any of the events that we also organize within EIT manufacturing, right? So, and this will be announced in due time, but this will be very, very special moment. Be a very, very special moment because if possible, we will try to make a hybrid event in which we will also invite some key speakers on this topic and having the pitches of the teams on that moment to be selected for the final awards. Okay, so this will be announced in due time. But now let's concentrate on start working on these green manufacturing challenges. So after this presentation, after the break, we will have the opportunity to know with a little bit more detail which are those challenges that have been selected. So companies will explain us in a few words what are these challenges about and which teams will be participating to solve those challenges, right? So now it's the moment to start working on that, to get all together and to provide very nice and very interesting solutions to those manufacturing challenges related to green manufacturing within the Teaching Factories Competition 2022. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your time. And so, Flora, it's yours, Karim, again. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Javier. So just a little precision for our audience. If you have questions concerning this Teaching Factories competition in a nutshell, please use the chat box in the interface and we would be very happy to answer them. So as I still have a few minutes, or maybe we have a question, I will give the priority to the audience. Question for you, Javier. How were the teams assigned to partners? Who made the selections and what was the criteria based on, or was it randomized? Can you please explain a little bit?
Sure. Of course. It has been already done within EIT manufacturing. It's also explained in the call. And for the assignment of those teams, so we have checked the background of the teams, of course, and the background of the members of the teams according to the explanations given in the application form that all the participants provided. And we have tried to make the best match possible with those skills of those background knowledge of the teams to those challenges selected, right? In order to facilitate their work within the different challenges with the teams, with the solver teams, and the companies. So it was mainly on that front, trying to match the best teams possible with the best challenge possible.
Okay, so it was matching the technical competencies of the teams with the challenge. Then can you give a little bit of insight on the criteria? What are they based on, the selection criteria?
Yeah, the selection criteria also were clear. So just focusing on the type of studies that those solver teams were doing. So in the university studies that they are doing, the different technical issues asked by the companies and the challenges and the type of results that they were expecting. Also the the experience, both from the companies and also from the Solver teams, on participating on these challenge-based activities, because so many of the teams were already participating on that, and of course, so the availability of the academic responsible for the support to the Solver teams, and also the mentoring possibilities for the from the organizations to that. So we have tried. It's not easy. It's not an easy work, because so many times it's not so easy to match the people. But we have tried. We have made a special effort to select the best performing, so the best teams for the challenges, so that they can work together. They can work in a good environment, and I'm very sure that all the teams will perform brilliant, and it will be a very nice experience for everyone.
All right, thank you very much. So clearly, to answer the question, this is not a randomized.
No.
You have very specific criteria, evaluation criteria, and you have experts also evaluating the challenge, but also finding the right match with the solution team.
Exactly.
Yes, I hope this answered the question. So thank you very much. Any additional question? If not, just for me to clarify a little bit. So this initiative of teaching factories is based on an EIT manufacturing initiative and will to promote this challenge-based approach. So you open a call, and any company who would like to have a challenge solved can answer the call, right? So I hope the companies are listening to us today, and then the academia in front of that can propose and volunteer to answer these challenges. So this is the global process.
Exactly.
Okay, but then I also saw, and I'm kind of gladly surprised that you do accompany these teams all along the process to train them and support them on how to pitch and how to present their solution, right?
Yeah, exactly. This will be an activity that we will try to do from EIT Manufacturing, in collaboration, of course, with the companies and with the academic institutions. But we think that this is key for the teams also because I have mentioned soft skills are also very, very relevant for the workers on the future. And we need to provide solutions to that. And we need to provide the training, and we need to provide and to allow the people to present the results, and to how to do that in an effective way, which is very important for the future workers. And that's why we think that within these initiatives of providing the training on that in a way, as we see that, how these results should be presented, could be also very interesting to promote the soft skills, and also to use this initiative as a training activity, as an educational activity, which is really what it is. And it's great that we can do it together with the industry and those academic institutions selected. That's really nice.
All right, thank you. So I am completely convinced that this is a global approach. It's not only about education, it's not only about manufacturing or industry, but it's also about having the mindset of entrepreneurship, but also knowing how to improve and get more involved, as you said, into these soft skills that are very much necessary now.
Exactly. And who knows what can happen from this competition? Maybe we have the seed for a company in the future. Why not? So this is also possible here. So, and we are very happy that we can organize this activity, and we are looking forward to see the teaching, so the teams cooperating and with the companies, and looking forward to know knowing the great results that they will for sure deliver.
Well, great, and bravo for this initiative and all the work done behind and the complete concept behind it. Any other question from the audience on the studios? I can't see any here. So if no question, I will now free you for a 5 minutes break, not more. So let's get back here together at 10:55 for the challenges and the companies who will be presenting, and the winning teams as well. Thank you, and see you in 5 minutes. back to this Teaching Factory Competition Lounge event. I hope you enjoyed your very short break indeed, but we have so much to talk about today. And we will start now the launching and the presentation of the 6 challenges and the very interesting people behind them. So with me right now, Marta Calvo from Army Plant. Thank you for being with us. Marta, can you please present us very quickly your company and the challenge you have been proposing for this competition?
Hi, good morning again. I am working in Armeplan. Armeplan is a factory in La Rioja, in Spain. And originally, this company was born like a family workshop, doing footwear customization in 1999. Today have spent a lot and became a multinational company. Right now, we are manufacturing 125 pairs of insoles per day. We are around 400 employees. I recognize our company we are working very hard to try to increase around our production. The most important thing is in our company we have 5 stages to produce these insoles. The first of them is foam manufacturing, the second is slicing, the 3 square shape cuttings, the 4 thermoforming, the 5 die cutting, and the last one customization of the insoles. Our challenge is to try to recognize every quantity of this step to produce our insoles and tries to reduce until 0 points, zero reduce. This challenge for us is really very important because permit us to do new insoles with our ways. Right now we are working a lot in that skills, in that aims. But we think with our solver teams, perhaps would be very, very, very easy to do.
All right, indeed, shoes, we wear them every day, but I mean, we don't really think about how they are made. And this is a very interesting topic because today with us, Fabien and Philippe have decided to answer this challenge. Fabien, Philippe, would you like to introduce yourself quickly, your university, and why and how you would like to respond to this need? The floor is yours.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Thanks for the invitation to today's kickoff event. As you mentioned, my name is Fabien Holly. I'm a university assistant of the Institute of Management Science of the Technical University of Vienna. And there I work in the research department, industrial engineering. My main research topics are topics regarding circular economy. And here I'm especially concerned about the transformation process to come from a common linear economy to a more circularity from the perspective of a production company. And in my work, I'm supervising a small master thesis course consisting of a total of 5 students who are also writing their master thesis in the field of sustainability in production. And with this group, we have registered for this competition.
All right, thank you very much. Philippe, would you like to tell us a little bit about you?
Well, first, let me thank you all for coming on here. My name is Philippe Santacrani, and I'm a second-year student from the College of Applied Sciences of Lavasov Lužička. To be specific, I'm from the commercial path of our college. Basically, our college was established on the 27th of August of 2005. and it was named by Ladislav Ruzicka, whose scientific discoveries really went on and on around here. He wrote over 583 different scientific papers, and he is the winner of Marcel Benotti Award, which is the highest scientific award in Switzerland. He also won many other awards, which will not be named for time purposes. Also, our college has 4 study programs, which are physiotherapy, preventive physiotherapy. There are some administrative studies and commercial studies. The main goal of the study program is to provide students with the knowledge and skills needed to manage and implement a process of commodity business in domestic and foreign markets, and other analytical management activities in the trade and logistic business. The professional study of commerce lasts like around 6 semesters, and upon its completion, we gain the title of Professional Bachelor of Economics. By attending the study program, students acquire basic economic and specialist stereotypical and practical knowledge related to the field of trade. In this way, they are trained for independent and teamwork in different trade entities, such as jobs, purchasing, sales officers in trade and production companies, head of retail businesses, heads of departments, and so on and so on. All of our students actually go through an internship program each year, where our college collaborates with different types of organizations to help our students get more practical and real-time work in the real life, so they can more easily integrate from going from college to actually working. Our college is also a part of a program called Erasmus Plus, which is basically a student exchange program, which we go in every year. This year we have received 3 students, and I think 2 went away, if I'm not wrong. Mm-hmm. And the students that are coming into our university are also welcome to our dormitory, where everything is provided, including TVs, the common room, a specialized IT room, and workspace needed for studying.
All right, thank you very much. Just before we close up this first challenge presentation, I have a question for you, Fabian and Philip. Did you know each other before? Because I don't really know the process behind.
No.
Did you know each other, or have you been gathered by the EIT manufacturing team? So here, just to answer the previous question, we can clearly note the complementarity of both profiles. One more is more business oriented, and another one is more focused on the circular economy and sustainability. Marta, question for you, because you've mentioned the zero waste approach. You're trying to reduce the waste by fabricating these shoes. Why is this so important for your company? Can you please just tell us quickly why?
Yes. Our plan is to reduce to zero our generate waste. In the that is our strategy plan for the coming 3 years. The coming 3 years. This is the top priority for our company. In fact, we have a development and research and development department here. We are working in some projects, in other projects to try to get that. For us, it's really very important to, for example, in the future, try to manufacture all our shoes 100% without using our waste. Okay?
Wow. This is a beautiful objective. So Fabian, Philip, I hope you're ready for this challenge. I wish you all the best of luck to all of you. So once again, that's the beauty of it. Three people who don't know each other who will be working on the same objective. So the best of luck, and I'll be happy to see you again at the end of 2022 for the final of the competition. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day with us. And we will be moving right away to the challenge number 2, because we are very much limited in time and we have a lot of very interesting content. Challenge 2, the development of failure detection system for additive manufacturing machines. And for that, I will welcome on the floor Marko Horvatek again, who was with us this morning on the panel from Protosfera.
Yes,
hello, Marko.
Hello.
Hello, Marko. Welcome back with us for this challenge number 2 that you have been proposing to EIT Manufacturing. Marko, you are representing the Protosfera company, right? So can you please quickly tell us about your company and your challenge objectives today?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. We are a prototyping company. So we develop from designs, prototypes for visualization, for testing, for functionality, and further. So in this process, 3D printing and additive manufacturing is very important. And we had a problem that these machines are all very recently very popular, and they're very good machines, but if you use same parts, same material, and same machines, you can make reliable parts. But for prototyping business, we have to use different types of materials, different machines, different size of parts. And for this, choosing the right parameters is very difficult. So we want to create the system that will be allowed to monitor this whole production, and if needed, to tweak different parameters. So we have defined several different defects that can occur during the production, and we would like to invite the students to help us develop the detection system for these defects. So right now we have a huge amount of waste, actually, because almost every fourth part, not only in our company, but worldwide, this is statistics, every fourth part fails because there is some problem in the production in this 3D printing business. So with this monitoring system, that would be pretty much one of a kind. There is not a similar system that is commercially available. We would be able to push these 3D printers to the Industry 4.0 and in real time be able to detect any problems, any defects, and so on. So currently we're in the finish of mechanical development phase, and we are moving to programming and prototyping. And we would like to get some insights from educational institutions, how it would be possible to detect these wrong parts that we see that happens from time to time. So we are looking to release this product to market in the end of the year. So this is the perfect time to collaborate and try to test different ideas and different approaches to minimization of the waste through monitoring of the whole process.
All right, thank you very much. So reducing waste and making the process more efficient. And for that, today I have with me Mr. Panos Stavropoulos, from the Manufacturing System Laboratory, and Jouni Partanen from Aalto University. Hello, welcome. Thank you for being with us today. So quickly, can you please tell us, are you happy to be here today, and what's your approach with this very interesting challenge that we have? Panos, Jouni,
Yeah, okay. Good morning, Karima. Thank you for giving me the floor. Indeed, yes, we are very happy and we are very anxious to start this challenge. Students are eager and are waiting to have the data so they can put in line their background knowledges and their thoughts on how to approach this challenge. So, regarding the approach, I cannot give more in the air since this is a competition, but I think we all know that we do have the background and we do have the competence to try to address with these such challenges with innovative and out of the box thinking coming from young engineers already involved, already have a good know-how and approach how to tackle these innovative technologies.
Okay, thank you. Uni, on your side? You are muted, Uni. If you can unmute your mic, we cannot hear you. Okay.
Yes, let's try again. Yeah, this is really exciting. I mean, absolutely. I do have a team of real sharks in the new ideas, new technologies, and BD. I mean, EIT manufacturing. We've had the biggest cohort in the whole organization, a master school, and a lot of really interesting background, lot of excitement, and certainly this is also a kind of challenge for me, which try to keep out. Certainly this is a field where I've been working a long time. This challenge-based learning also is something which has been long around for the Aalto University. We actually call it now passion-based learning. So that's the way I want to see this.
Wow, this is great. Indeed, thank you for precising that. The approach is more and more appreciated by companies and academia. Just a global question for the three of you, because I can see that your topic is about additive manufacturing, and we do know how important this technology is for manufacturing. So, in your opinion, as experts of the domain and professionals, what will be the growing impact or place of additive manufacturing in the coming years in this sector? I would like to have different opinions from all of you. Marco, do you want to start as a company representative, please?
Yeah, sure. So we see that every year there is 23, I think, % of increase in sales of these machines. So there is a huge initiative to push this technology because it allows different designs to be produced without need for specialized tooling or specialized equipment. So it provides very wide variety of products that can be developed, and it also becomes more and more affordable. So yeah, I think it's going to be more and more popular in production.
All right. Any additional comments, Panos, Uni, about the additive manufacturing impact on the manufacturing sector in general?
Yeah, I think Marco indicated that the sales are rising in terms of machines, components, or raw materials related to additive. What I can add from my point of view is that also research trends are rising. Okay, we can see that R&D related works in the additive sector is being constantly increasing, which means something from at least an academic point of view. And when we do compare it and we do join it with the industrial point of view, we can see that there is a huge potential for such technologies.
Okay, thank you. Uni.
Yeah, no, I do think that there's a huge potential for manufacturing, but we also need to develop the products. And currently, it's not just potential. We had pretty much all new products being developed are using additive manufacturing in it. So I do think it's an enormous impact for the whole industry.
All right, so additive manufacturing, a key technology for the future of the manufacturing sector. And as we can see here, it's not only individual students' initiative, but I can see that you are involving your whole teams in answering these challenges. So to all of you, once again, all the best, and please let us know what happens within the next months, and we will be happy to see you back by the end of 2022. Thank you for being with us, Marco, Panos, Uni. I wish you a very good day with all of us, and talk to you very soon. Good luck for your challenge.
Thank you.
We will be moving next to challenge number 3.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Challenge number 3 will be about the best practices for enabling greener manufacturing of aero engine products. And for that, I will welcome Massimo Silvestrin from GE Avio. Okay, thank you very much. So Massimo Silvestrin from GE Avio, thank you for being with us today and presenting us your challenge about the best practices enabling greener manufacturing for aero engine, and we know how of a challenge this is. Massimo, would you like to tell us a little bit about your company and this challenge in particular, and why is it so important for your sector?
For sure. So we are part of General Electric aviation business. We operate in design, manufacture, and repair of civil and military aircraft subsystem. We are about 5,200 employees, mainly focused in Italy, but we also have plant in Poland and in Czech Republic. We was founded in 1908, so we have more than 100 years of history and presence on the market, and we are very proud of, of this. So our challenge is referring to the process and to the kind of machine we use in the process. So we are a manufacturer company, so we use high-intensive energy machine, like working center, furnaces, or whatever to run our processes. We are mainly focused on the performance of the machine according to the requirement of our product, while we have to improve on the energetical aspect of the machine. So the challenge is referring to providing and identifying the standard best practice guideline in order to also take into account the energy performance of the machine for the new acquisition, and those standards and practices will also serve to measure which is the difference between the machine we have and the standard we will put in place together.
Okay, thank you very much. So in order to answer this challenge today, I have with us Bojan Jovanovski. Welcome. Bojan, Nuria Herrero Dorca. Hello, Nuria, and Catherine Sunia. Please introduce yourself quickly, just so everybody knows where you're from and what you do, and how do you feel about answering this challenge. The floor is yours.
Should I start?
If you want.
Yes, okay. My name is Bojan Jovanovski. I'm an associated professor at the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, Department of Industrial Engineering and Management, at the University of St. Cyril and Methodius in Skopje, North Macedonia. And I think it was very easy for us to get involved in the challenge, and thank you for accepting our team in this challenge. It was really easy for our team to get involved because we had some kind of already some experience with the case study challenge before. And so it did not take a lot of time to convince this team to get involved in this challenge. As they are motivated, I'm also motivated to be part of this team. So we are in this self-enforcing loop of motivation, and I think this is great. As we are a small country, but I think that we, as other countries, we don't have aero industry here, but I think this is a really good challenge for them. It's a new challenge. It's something that is interesting, and I think that they will learn a lot, and something that is not covered, maybe in their first degree of cycles. So I think that they will learn a lot, and they're really, really motivated for this.
All right, thank you very much. Nuria, Catherine, would you like to let us know a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Sure. Oh, go ahead, Nuria.
Okay, thank you. Hello, I'm Nuria. I work at the Faculty of Engineering of the University of Mondragon, which is located in the north of Spain. And I am the coordinator of an engineering bachelor degree, which is called Ecotechnology in Engineering Processes. The Solver team that will be facing this challenge is currently, the students are currently studying the third year of this bachelor degree, which has three main axes. Okay, they focus during these studies in the materials property, in the manufacturing processes, and also in the sustainability, understanding sustainability from the three different point of views, which are the technical sustainability, economical sustainability, and of course, environmental sustainability. So as you can see, the bachelor degree that the students are currently doing is completely aligned with the green manufacturing topic. Our students are also used to the learn by doing methodology, as each semester, at the end of semester, they finish the conventional lecture period, and they always face a project period in which they have to solve as a team a real engineering challenge regarding green manufacturing, but which is normally always proposed by us, the lecturers. So they are really looking forward to face a real challenge, which is now driven by an industry, and demonstrate the capabilities and the different skills that they have gained through their studies.
All right, thank you. Catherine?
Yeah, hi, everyone. So I'm Catherine Dacunha. I'm a professor of industrial engineering at École Centrale Nantes, which is a French grande école. Here we train students in engineering only, but in different fields, from civil engineering to ocean engineering. And we have about 40% of international students. And the students who will be involved in the challenge, they are mostly coming from the industrial engineering program. So they are really keen on tackling those problems about manufacturing, and they are also very interesting to help the company to get more sustainable. So we are very happy to be in this challenge. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much. Nuria, did you want to add something? I saw your microphone going up, but okay. No, don't worry. I was just about to comment something concerning the question we had this morning. And indeed, to me, this is very relevant. It seems that the profiles are perfectly matching the needs of the challenges. So a global question for all of you, maybe we can have Massimo's insight on that, because we do know how much the aeronautic sector is under a revolution concerning this green approach of manufacturing and being more environmentally friendly. What is the specific position of the aero engine part in precisely? Why this challenge exactly on the aero engine? Is it because it will have a specific impact globally for the aeronautics in general?
Yes, so as you know, the aviation industry has been highly impacted by COVID related. So this increased the demand of the airframer, so the one who sell the aircraft to the company, of having engine that is the most part of an airplane that impact on consumption, on noise, on emission, to improve their performances. So this is why we as a company to live in this market are committed to sustainability goals for our facility and also sustainability goals for our product. We recently launched the development of new technology that aim to reduce by 20% or more the efficiency of an engine starting from the best engine we have today. So it is mandatory, since I repeat, the engine of an airplane is the main impacting part of the emission and the consumption of a flight.
Yes, indeed, big challenge here. Any insight on the academic point of view? Would you like to add maybe your perspective as academia, and how do you see the solutions and the future for that? Any comment? Bojan, Catherine, Nuria?
Okay, I thought it was a question to Massimo. I think it's a big challenge, of course, for that. I think for us and for the students, I think it will be the biggest challenge will be this balance between the sustainability and the green manufacturing aspect versus the productivity and the efficiency of the engine. So I think this will be the main challenge that the students will undertake. And I think they have enough time to realize the importance of the company regarding the different criteria that they will take into account and develop the most suitable solution.
All right, thank you. Nuria, any additional comment? Catherine?
Yeah, I think that first of all, to give solutions, you have to have a deep knowledge about the manufacturing technologies or the processes parameters that are affecting the different solutions. So, but it's not only that, right? They need also to have a critical view, and they need to, in most of the cases, give new solutions. So maybe from the students, we can have a new, fresh view, because they are looking at it from outside. And I think that it can be very challenging, and it can be very nice, the different solutions that we will get through the compositions.
Agree with you, Nuria.
So that's a good start. Already agreeing. Catherine, any final comments before we close the
just about the sector. I think the students, they are also customer. I mean, they travel by plane a lot, so they can see how, by modifying or helping the aircraft manufacturing or the whole sector get greener, will help them as customer be more have less impact on the environment. And so they are also very interesting because of that.
And that's a beautiful final word. Thank you, Catherine, because of course, not only the students, but I think all of us, we all are consumers of manufacturing in the every day and every second of our life. So big, huge, long-term, life-changing challenge. Wish you all the best of luck, and hope to see you again by the end of this year for the final results of the competition. Thank you for being with us, and see you next time.
Thanks to all of you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now to the challenge number 4. Online continuous quality inspection for electrical cables and optimization. And for that, I will welcome Alisa Zakaria from Intellimec. Welcome back, Alisa Zakaria with me today from Intellimec to present this challenge number 4 on online continuous quality inspection for electrical cables optimization. Alisa, welcome back. Thank you for being with us again. Can you please tell us quickly about your company and this specific challenge you are facing and proposing to our students today?
Yes, my company Intellimec is a consortium of enterprises. So we work with research projects mainly in the field of mechatronics. And each year we decided the topic for our research based on the interest from these companies. And in this year in particular, many companies have raised their interest with respect to sustainability, green manufacturing, circular economy, and so on. And we have collected some use cases to work in this direction. The use case we are proposing for this specific call is a use case from one of our partner, Italian cable company, which is a supplier of electrical cables. And usually their quality inspection process involve the discharge of a lot of material. And in this period, since the raw material shortage and the increased cost for a raw material supplier, it could be very of real interest to minimize this material waste. So to introduce quality inspection which are not destructive for the products. So our objective is to build an online monitoring system to provide the company, ICC, Italian Cable Company, with a system able to detect the copper material inside the cables and the electrical resistance of these cables without destroying the cables produced, so without wasting material and providing more precise information than the ones which are provided right now. Indeed, the current tests are destructive and are also not so precise as we would like. We are not able to identify the precise material usage within the cables so far. So any improvements in this direction. So no destruction, better information on the material usage and on the quality of products. These are our main objectives for this goal.
Thank you. Funny that as a Lambda citizen, we don't really think about these problematics on our everyday life, but indeed cables are very important. And today to answer this challenge, I have with us Cristina Bardos. Hello, Cristina, welcome. And Catherine D'Acunha, again, hi. So Cristina, Catherine, please tell us a little bit of who you are, what's your institution, and what's the motivation for answering this challenge? Cristina, would you like to start?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, it's a great honor to be here on behalf of Pannon Business Network Association from Hungary. I'm representing mainly the international strategic direction, supporting the international project team. So let me have a few words about the Pannon Business Network academic and industrial part as well. So our main goal is to support the Hungarian and regional SMEs development in their competitiveness by focusing not just on the digitalization but on the green transition as well. We would like to achieve these goals by focusing not only the advanced management but on the advanced technological solutions as well. So I think the key feature of PBN is the extensive, huge international outreach, representing more than 400 European partners within the framework of 70 international projects. But what is much more important from the perspective of this competition, that last year we installed a physical teaching and learning facility, which consists of 5 modules where we can demonstrate, experiment and represent real industrial problems. So, and on this teaching and learning facility, and of course in the framework of whole organization, we are involving students and professional staff for educating and for training them, for example, from the point of smart devices related to Industry 4.0. So we are also having a very interesting new technologies, 3D printing, 3D modeling, 3D scanning, and what is really new for us, and I think it's very much in line with this new industrial challenge, that we are involved now in a universal visual inspection platform development within a framework of an EIT initiative. So it is based on an artificial intelligence algorithm which would be able to visualize the the problem that might be arise, mainly the quality problem within the material. You mentioned the online monitoring, which detects the copper inside the cable without destroying the cable. So this will be also a real challenge for us, and happy to offer our capacities to try to find out how to solve it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christina. Indeed, very relevant and interesting profile, because as not academia, we also can provide some solutions here. Catherine, would you like to complete a little bit of information on this challenge for the quality inspection of electrical cables?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Catherine Dacunha. I'm from École Centrale de Nantes. And so we are an engineering school, and all our students are tackling engineering topics related to manufacturing. Our students are to 40% international, which for us means non-French. And so I think having this diversity of profile within our teams will also be interesting to tackle this very important problem of reducing the waste. And so our students are very motivated to address this issue.
All right. Thank you, Catherine, for this precision. Once again, a lot of interest here because different profiles, but also in the same school, different teams that can be involved on different topics. So I'll have a global question for you three ladies. I'm very happy to see how feminine this topic is, which was not expected on my side. As a non-specialist, I don't know about cables and I don't know about electric inspection of cables. Can you please explain to the non-specialist here with us today, why is it so relevant in terms of green manufacturing? What's the link between here, please? Would you like to go first, Elisa, maybe, because you are on the ground and using the tool?
Yeah, yes, sure. Well, I think that as it has been already mentioned in this discussion, the waste reduction is the key feature of this project. And let's say that a similar solution could be applied maybe in different fields. It is not a specific solution, what we are actually searching for. The solution could be applied in similar conditions, so always for electrical cables, but also in different fields which have a similar problem. So the inspection without destroying the products and the continuous inspection. So let's say that in this moment, since the inspection requires the destruction of the product, the inspection is of course not done on all the pieces of cables produced. So it's done only on some samples. And so we do not have specific information also on the samples which are not inspected. And so this is not only a problem of green, but it is of course green since we are talking of waste reduction, but it can be extended also a problem of safety and security, since this kind of solutions could really provide more accurate information.
Right, thank you. So waste reduction, but not only safety and security and more efficiency globally without having to go and cut off the cables and test the little samples. Catherine, Christina, would you like to comment on that, on what is at stake here for the future?
Yes, I mean, what is really interesting is that this is a real sustainable issue. It's not only environmental, but it also affects the social environment, because when we're talking about cable and so on, the quality is indeed safety for the users, for everyone around. So the both aspects of sustainability are tackled here. That's why it's so important, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yes. May I add?
Sure. Please.
So I think the green issues, and I'm also not an expert of electricity and cable producing, but what we now have to face, so the industry now is very, very heavily affected by the Europe-wide shortage of raw materials like plastic and polyvinyl chloride, which are also bottlenecks as well. I think these are the insulation or jacket materials. I don't know how to express it in English, but therefore, so the green and sustainability and recycling issues, I think, is much more important than ever. So this year, I think in June or end of May, we are about to purchase the new module to this teaching and learning facility, which is the so-called recycling module, where we can also simulate and measure the green energy balance of a certain production process. So therefore, we are really eager to get involved and try to find how to demonstrate, model, and of course apply this solution.
All right, thank you. So even more interesting, with different competencies being gathered on the same topic. This is the whole beauty of this process. So thank you very much, ladies. I wish you the best of luck with your challenge and the answer to it, and hope to see you by the end of this year for the final of the competition. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you. Have a nice
Bye-bye. We will be now focusing on challenge number 5, nature-based, pure and clean air. Welcome back. Challenge number 5, nature-based, pure and clean air. This is big topic. With us today, Fabio Galattiotto from IS Clean Air. Fabio, welcome
Hello.
back.
Morning. Morning, everyone.
Thank you for being with us again after this morning panel. So, nature-based, pure and clean air. You have big projects here. Can you tell us a little bit about your company, first of all, and the objective of this challenge?
Yes, thank you, Karima, and thank you, everyone, for this invitation. Our company, the IS Clean Air, has been focusing in the last 10 years to develop, as you anticipated, a nature-based solutions for air purification in pretty much every space we can think about. And the fact that we use simple water makes the technology very low cost, low maintenance. However, there are some priorities that we have in our mind that are very much related to the green manufacturing. So because we just not produce ourselves only the devices, but also we use our devices for manufacturing environment and to make healthier and better working and manufacturing environment. Our objectives is actually to improve our sustainability and greening capability, as well as providing to customer a better solutions. In particular, now we are moving after the pandemic or all these events we have all know into another important market, which is the interior design. So not just manufacturing environment per se, but also offices and other areas that are attached to industries. And that is important for us. Moving towards this area has created a new challenge, which is not only using greener material, which is always our focus, but while we are improving the material we use, we recognize that there is a more importance on the noise produced by these objects. And that is why we are requiring, in terms of the challenge to the Solver team, to think about how we can use a new and more sustainable, low carbon, life cycle assessment point of view material that can actually give us, in the new design, the ability also to reduce the noise produced by these machines. So that means better acceptance by the client and of course the employee, and that means better penetration and more and higher performance for the whole industry in terms of cleaner air. So that is in a nutshell what I think why is important.
That's kind of big because the air is everywhere, but it's not only about air pollution, but it's also about the noise around us that can be very disturbing for our own health. And today, to answer this challenge, you have some experimented experts. So Panos Stavropoulos, again, welcome back. Uni Partanen again, and Gaetano Licitra. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, your companies quickly, and what's the interest for you in this challenge and this topic in particular? Start.
So
Yes,
I guess, yes, I should start again. Oh, I could start again. So I'm Panos Stavropoulos. I'm a professor at the University of Patras Laboratory for Manufacturing Systems and Automation. Our students are working towards improving manufacturing, optimizing manufacturing processes or manufacturing performance or operations. So we are looking into manufacturing from various different perspectives. And as we are all aware, green manufacturing is a hot topic. It's a topic of great importance, and all the associated activities that are capable or have the intention to make manufacturing greener and more eco-efficient are of high importance and high priority. We are looking forward for the competition, and students are looking forward to be able to apply their background knowledges in order to optimize and improve manufacturing along the lines of environmental impact.
Right, thank you very much. Who would like to go next? Uni, maybe?
Yes, thank you. Thank you again. So again, I'm Jouni Partanen, professor of mechanical engineering in Aalto University. We have a very EIT manufacturing master school student body, and they are excited. They come from different parts of the world, and to work on this challenge, they probably have very different background of understanding all these multitude of different aspects. There's clean air, there's noise, there's all kind of things. What we can try to figure out to make our lives better in a manufacturing environment. So these are real positive and enthusiastic young students joining on this team.
Very happy to hear that. Thank you, Uni. Newcomer, Gaetano Licitra, hello, welcome. Thank you for being with us today. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and your interest in this challenge. You are muted, Gaetano. We cannot hear you.
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning to everybody. Thank you very much for the invitation. I work as professor of acoustics, so noise is a part of our work. In Pisa. Pisa is the Leaning Tower in Italy. Our university is maybe one of the oldest in Europe, was born in 1343, so it's something like 800 years. So we have a lot of students, 50,000, so with more than 1,500 professors. So it's a big university with 20 departments. I teach in the Master of Environmental Science, so the challenge was perfect for our student. My courses in acoustics are followed by engineers, by physicists, by environmental science students. So they have so many different background and knowledge, but also all are keen to solve problems, because we have the possibility to have laboratories in which they do in real field measurements and assessment. So this could be maybe useful to solve the problems. I hope our contribute can be useful. Thank you.
We are sure it will. Thank you, Gaetano, for this presentation. And once again, 3 different countries, different backgrounds, one challenge, and hopefully several solutions for the problem. Maybe a global question before we close up and we move to the next challenge for all of you, especially maybe Fabio, because you are on the ground on the operational process. So reducing the pollution in the air is important. We all know why and we understand why for the environment, but What's the impact on the manufacturing processes? How do you think this can impact the process itself?
Yes, thanks for the question. And actually, when you link air quality with the manufacturing environment, has been proven that a better and healthier working environment, so pure air, is actually helping in the people to work and work better. So it has been proven by quite several decades of research that can contribute up to 11% of increased productivity in work environment. And now, actually, I would add to the question the learning and knowledge about the pandemic and the post-pandemic, where better air quality means also lower rate of infection. And that is a new important aspect of how we can produce better and in more productive way by having healthier worker.
Indeed. Kind of obvious, of course, but we needed to hear it from a professional. Any additional comments on that from our academic team? Panos, Uni, Gaetano, would you have a specific approach in how and why is it so important?
But I think that the quality of the life in the office can improve the efficiency and the work quality in some way. So the indoor environment are really important because we live a lot of time in indoor space. Also, the point is you solve a problem. The company tried to solve the problem, like to be cleaner for the air quality, but they have also the problem to solve the noise coming from the device that you put in the office. So in some way you solve something, but you need to solve also the others. And this is typical for environmental science study, in which the holistic approach is fundamental. So we need something that is green, but is not only colored by green, but is efficient.
Indeed, thank you. That was very sharp and precise. Additional comments, Uni, Panos, before closing this challenge? Number 5. I don't think so. It doesn't seem to be, but anyway, thank you very much. That was very insightful, and indeed, air quality. It's something maybe we don't think about much, but that we do breathe every millisecond of our life once again. So I would like to thank you all, Fabio, Gaetano, Uni, Panos. Thank you for your participation today and the presentation of this challenge. And see you next time. The best of luck for your challenge, and I hope to see you by the end of 2022 for the final of this competition. We are now moving to challenge number 6, affordable smart energy monitoring system. That's a lot of key words. Challenge number 6, affordable smart energy monitoring system. Thank you for being with us, Florian Bock from Procter & Gamble, to present this challenge proposed by your company. Can you please tell us a little bit about affordable smart energy monitoring system?
Yes, lucky. So improving the energy efficiency and also the efficient use of any other resources is key and a fundamental part of our sustainability journey. So to work on focused improvement projects and the most important processes and machines, it's a mandatory requirement to identify the right machines and processes and have a full transparency of the resource consumption of the equipment and so on. So we decided to call for the affordable smart energy monitoring system as challenge because it could help to identify exactly these processes and machines by collecting data from the process, what the energy consumption will be, the water consumption, and any other resources. And this could help us to identify anomalies like leakages or to help afterwards implement corrective actions. And this will therefore lead to the prevention of resource leakage or the resource losses. So we thought this could be a great opportunity for students and for us to get new ideas and to get potentially a system that will enable us to work on the improvement projects and to focus our efforts into the most important areas of the manufacturing sites and so on. So, yes.
Right. Thank you very much for these precisions. And to help you answer this challenge today with us, Astrid Weyand and Nuria Herro-Dorca again. Astrid, Nuria, can you please introduce yourself quickly and tell us a little bit about your institution and your interest in this topic? Astrid, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, sure. As you said, my name is Astrid Weyand. I'm a research assistant and a group leader of the research group at the PTW Institute at TU Darmstadt, located in Germany. We are as institute, we are dealing with production in general. We've got different groups, and my group especially is dealing with the topic of energy efficiency and resource efficiency in production. So, of course, energy monitoring is always, or is quite an important topic, since it's like this sentence, you can't manage what you don't measure. So if you don't know, if you don't have transparency about your energy consumption, you can't find effective measures to improve your energy consumption and to reduce the used energy. So.
All right, thank you. Nuria, once again, please share with us your interest here.
Yes. Well, for those who didn't hear me before, my name is Nuria. I work at the engineering faculty of the University of Mondragon, which is in the north of Spain. And I am the coordinator of the Bachelor in Ecotechnology Processes. Okay, so our students mostly focus on manufacturing processes, on materials, and also sustainability. Okay. So they are aware that energy consumption is a key factor that we must look into, trying to improve and increase the sustainability of the processes. And they are aware that for improving this, they have to check, know, and decide which are the key parameters that they have to monitor, also control, and maybe modify to make a good balance between technical sustainability and environmental sustainability.
Okay, thank you very much. So indeed, a huge and interesting challenge. Maybe a question for you, Florian, and maybe for you, Astrid and Nuria, if you would like to answer it. I suppose as a Procter & Gamble company, you are focusing on this topic because it is more and more requested around you by your customers, your partners. Can you give us a little bit of an insight of what's happening here in terms of requests from the market?
So, especially for the manufacturing sites, we are trying to improve our, I want to say different. So, it depends on our R&D departments and also the manufacturing departments to foster different success factors, and especially for the manufacturing sites, the most important factors are the resource efficiency with the energy efficiency, the water efficiency, reduction of greenhouse goals, and also zero waste to landfill, and the use of 100% renewable energy sources. And so at the manufacturing side, the focus lies to improve our processes that are producing the products we sell. So we are catching the machine data, the process data, to focus on exactly the most important processes. And so we are asked to improve the production to a high efficiency. So I hope this answers the question.
Yes, thank you very much indeed, because I mean, the question was mainly oriented to express that at such high scale of production, like a Procter & Gamble one, I mean, we do realize how much energy consumption has an impact on the business, on the company economy, and we do understand why the challenge is here today. So thank you for the precision. I'm sure Astrid and Nuria will be providing some very interesting and sharp solutions here. Thank you to all of you for being with us today. Wish you the best of luck for this competition and hope to see you in a few months for the final of the Teaching Factory competition. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
So this was last but not least of the 6 challenges of the day. Without waiting any further, because I'm pretty sure you must be all kind of very hungry now, but very important next topic. I have with me Carolina Peregrosa Gallo, who will be giving us a little bit of insight on how to make this work. Hello, welcome back, Carolina. Thank you for being with us today for the last few minutes of this competition launch today. So how will this initiative work? Can you please give our audience what are the resources and the tools for the challenge solving process?
Yes, Karima, sure. Thank you for having me here. So if my screen is shared, I will start presenting you how this initiative will take place. So basically how it will work. So as mentioned previously, for us, it's really important to have like the knowledge triangle integration. And we think what a better way to doing it than doing it directly with the tools and elements we have in our community. So everything regarding the Teaching Factory competition will be happening in Agora, our open innovation platform. Some of you may already know it. Some of you haven't gone in there. But Agora, it's a place where the EIT manufacturing community and the European manufacturing community in general have the opportunity to share ideas, opportunities, and communicate with all the network. So the idea is to use this platform that brings many tools for collaboration and communication to deliver that trainings. So how it will work, I will show you a couple of slides and then I will dive into the platform itself so that you can have a look. And then for each of the participating companies and Solver teams, we will be sharing like a specific guidelines because today we don't have enough time to show everything. But of course, if you have any questions, we will be more than happy to solve them. So basically, the system will work in 2 main levels. The first level will be the Teaching Factory competition open spheres, with each open to all the EIT manufacturing community that's inside Agora. So everyone can access this and can be updated on when it's happening on the Teaching Factory competition. Then we will have a second level, which will be the challenge sphere. This sphere will be private and will be dedicated only to the challenge owners and the solver teams. This space will be used for collaborating and communicating between the challenge owners, so the companies, and the spheres, so the universities and the students. In this challenge sphere, we will have 2 spaces for working for each of the solver teams. One is the collaboration area, in which the single solver teams will have access to collaborate on a collaboration space, as this could be Google Drive or Microsoft Teams, but it will be private for them. And then we will have a submission area where the teams can submit the result of their work and will be accessible also to the company so that they can have a look of what they are doing and what their results, of course, depending on the timeline of the challenge. So a little more inputs on how it looks. Here is just a briefing, so then I will go inside it. So the Teaching Factory competition, as I already mentioned, is a public sphere. You can get the latest updates on the Teaching Factory competition. You can get access to the guidelines. People can share their experience. You can ask questions, even if you are not a part of one of the challenges that you want to learn more. And also the challenge owners and solver teams can access to the specific challenge spheres. From the challenge spheres, this is a private space, as you already mentioned. Here you can see a small screenshot. And in here, you will be able to chat, collaborate, meet, and submit the material. So how does it look like? let me share you another screen. So basically, this is Agora. This is our open innovation platform, and this is the first thing you will see when you join the platform. Here, you see that there are some introduction to Agora, so you will already have some guidelines on how to use the platform, but we will be giving you some further information. Today, we will be officially publishing the Teaching Factory competition, which is currently not visible, but it will be really shortly. And here you can see, you can access to the Teaching Factory competition spheres. For us, the sphere are the spaces or areas where you can work. So this is the Teaching Factory competition, who everyone can join. So everyone is welcome here. We are inviting everyone to join here. And here, well, you will find a short description on what it's doing here, and we will keep posting information on what's happening. Here on the right-hand side, you see the challenges. If you click here, in my case, I am already there, so I will not need to ask an invitation for it because I'm the manager behind it. But if you click here, you will be redirected to the challenge or the sphere. If you are not part of the challenge, you will not be accepted. If you're part of the challenge, you will need to ask for being inside of it. In any case, we will be sending invites to all the Solver teams and to the owners for each of the challenges. Here, this is a really important space where you will be able to do everything you like. We are asking all the challenge owners and all the teams to work directly on Agora in order to have a coordinated work, but also for sharing the same information. In this area, you will find, okay, some general information on the challenge. This is public information. We will be communicating also externally, but you will find also more defined information, of course, after signing the non-disclosure agreement that was previously mentioned by my colleague Javier. Here, we will ask that the organizations share the information with the partners. We don't want one-to-one communications, or this might happen, but all the challenge owners and Solver teams should have the same, no, all the Solver teams inside a challenge, should have the same information. So how this works, you will see here that there is a file button, and here we have the file sharing area. We will have two main folders. So everyone will see two folders in the Solver teams. The challenge owners will see one general input folder plus all the Solver teams. In this file, on the general inputs of the challenge owners should share all the information regarding the challenge. If you have some, for instance, CAD drawings that you want to share, if you have some technical sheets you want to share, everything needs to be shared here. There is no issue to having a breach of information because this information will be only accessible to the Solver teams and to the owner of the challenge. And then you will see here, it's for instance, one Solver team. And if you go inside, we have two folders. One, it's a collaboration folder that I already mentioned here. It will work like a Google Drive, for instance, or an MS Teams. So here you can create PowerPoints, you can create Excel files, you can create Word files, and you can work together with your team simultaneously as any collaboration tool works. And here you have a submission folder. Here you will be requested to submit the final solutions to the challenge, both for the company and for EIT manufacturing to evaluate them. Other than this, there are several other options. I will not go into detail because this will take a lot of time, but we will do this separately with the Solver teams and the challenge owners. But here, as you can see, you can have a video conference tool, so you can organize your meetings in here. You can have events, so you can organize your calendar in a private way so that only your team members see what you're planning. We have a task area where you can actually deliver the task, and this can be done both by the business owner, both by the challenge owner, both by the teams. And then what else you can do? I mentioned it before, you can chat, so you can have a private chat with your team and discuss about what you are doing. So there are several things you can do. We really invite you to use this tool because this is the tool that we will be managing and that we will be monitoring for the progress of the activities. We want to have a fair environment, so we ask all the owner teams to communicate with the Solver teams through this platform. We are not expecting to have private emails, but everything should be happening here in Agora. This is, in general, my presentation. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And of course, we will have dedicated guidelines for how to use it. And if you need more information, you can contact either Javier or myself, and we will be more than happy to answer you, or you can go through Agora. Okay, sorry, I forget one last thing on my presentation before finishing. So the next step is go in Agora, register, request to join. This is what you will see. We will be sharing the link through the chat of Open so that everyone can join Agora and you can have a look. And then we will ask that each Solver teams have a lead that will be taking care of organizing the meetings and so on. We will send you more detailed information on this. Thank you very much, and well, happy to answer your questions.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Carolina. So let me just summarize a little bit quickly. Everything happens on Agora, right? So for those who don't know what Agora is our social platform at EIT Manufacturing. It's a private platform, so you will have to ask for access. Is the link being shared somewhere, Carolina, so people can access Agora?
Yeah, hopefully it's being shared on Hopin. If it hasn't, I will share it right away.
Sure, our technical team will take care of that. So you will find the link in the chat box for Agora, ask for your registration, and you can access the page of the challenge. But before moving on, I have a question from the audience for you, Carolina. Can you please explain how it works exactly? Because we noticed that several teams are answering one challenge. How does it work? Do the teams collaborate between each other? Is it each team works on its own and then we see who is the best and the best wins? Can you give a little bit of precision here?
Yeah, sure. So this is a competition. So the idea is that there is more than one Solver team by challenge. So you will have seen that there are 2 or 3 Solver teams by challenge, and these teams will be competing on resolving the challenge. Of course, we will have a winner for each challenge, and we will have what we can call, if I'm correct, an overall winner of the complete event, of the complete competition. So we will, this was explained in the guidelines, but we will have different criteria for evaluating the solutions that are provided by the Solver teams, which will be awarding the final prizes, both at challenge level and at overall level.
Indeed. So big word to remember, this is a competition, people. So get ready to compete and provide the best of your teams and competencies here to answer these beautiful challenges for the future of our societies. So you mentioned some guidelines. So I suppose for people who are new to the concept and are joining us today, maybe we can share a link, a web page somewhere so people can get to know more about the concept of teaching factories, and maybe enroll for next year or next edition if we do that before next year. I suppose the technical team can share that also on the link. And we hope to see you very numerous and much more numerous than we had this year, which we already had a lot of good content. So thank you very much, Carolina. Indeed, if any questions, do not hesitate to contact the EIT Manufacturing team, who is at your service. Please note also that this session has been recorded and will be made available, so you can find all the information and supposedly on Agora too. Agora is the center of everything here. Thank you, Carolina. See you very soon.
Thanks,
and have a good afternoon. Before we close this and move to the next speaker, I would like to thank you all for your participation, all the speakers, all the challenge providers, all the solution providers too, and wish you all the best of luck on this great and interesting topic. And now I will leave the floor to our education director, Paola Fantini, who will be giving us the closing words of this event.
Okay, yes.
Welcome back, Paola. Thank you for being with us. So after all these informations, insights, and beautiful challenges, please give us your final recommendations and final words to close this first day of competition launch.
Yes, I'm very happy that all these challenges covers several, of course, sectors, B2B, B2C, several media with raw materials, air, water were mentioned, electricity. And then that sustainability has been addressed from the environmental perspective, but also from the economic and the social perspective. I'm very excited, and I wish you all, of course, best luck, but especially to engage and to try to exploit this time together to get most of the knowledge from each other and to use this collaboration to increase your competencies. Competition is hard, but it's also a great stimulus for everybody to work better and to achieve great results. Thank you very much, and all the best.